A fisherman named Syracuse pulls a woman from his net, thinking she's dead, but realizes she's still alive and manages to revive her. When she wakes, she's disoriented and insists she thought she had died. He offers to take her to the hospital, but she refuses and even hides from passing boats, claiming she doesn't remember her name. Believing she has amnesia, Syracuse introduces himself and takes her to his late mother's isolated house so she can stay hidden. He gives her food and makes sure she'll be okay before leaving. He then returns to his daily responsibilities, heading to his ex-wife's house to pick up his daughter Annie for her dialysis appointment. Syracuse cares for his disabled daughter Annie, often carrying her and hoping something strange or wonderful might happen in their lives. During her dialysis, he tells her about the mysterious woman he found, and Annie wonders if she might be a mythical creature like a mermaid or Selkie. After getting Annie an automatic wheelchair, Syracuse learns from his ex-wife that Annie needs a kidney transplant, but no match has been found. When he returns to the mysterious woman, he's surprised she's still there. She joins him on his boat and gives herself the name Ondine, claiming it means a woman from the sea. While fishing, Syracuse struggles as usual, but when Ondine sings a haunting, unknown song, he suddenly catches lobsters, only for the luck to disappear when he tries again, leaving him puzzled. Syracuse asks Ondine to sing again while he fishes, and each time she does, he suddenly catches several lobsters, making him realize she brings him unusual luck. He teaches her how to handle the catch, though he admits this level of success almost never happens. When he suggests going into town to sell the lobsters and share the money, Ondine refuses, saying she doesn't want anyone else to see her, only him. Syracuse goes alone, sells the catch, buys her a dress, and even steals some underwear. Later, he visits Annie at school and continues telling her the story about the mysterious woman. Syracuse tells Annie that the mysterious woman sings in a strange language that draws sea creatures closer, helping fishermen catch them. Annie becomes convinced she's a Selkie, a mythical seal woman who sheds her skin on land, and suspects the fisherman in the story is actually Syracuse, even though he claims he made it up. Later, Syracuse returns to his mother's house and finds Ondine trying on shoes, confused by simple things like tying laces. He gives her the dress he bought, and she kisses him in thanks. When he asks how long she plans to stay, she says it depends on him, so he tells her she can stay forever. Annie seeks to understand what's happening. Meanwhile, Syracuse goes to confession, revealing he's a recovering alcoholic who wants custody of his daughter and admits to stealing women's underwear, though he insists it's connected to the mysterious woman he found. He tells the priest about Ondine, but keeps her location secret, and the priest asks to be kept updated. Back at the house, Ondine experiments with the clothes Syracuse brought, but chooses to swim. As she emerges from the water, Annie sees her and becomes convinced her father was telling the truth, that Ondine is a real Selkie. Ondine realizes Annie is Syracuse's daughter, and Annie directly asks her if she has magical powers that could cure her kidney failure. Though Ondine seems confused, Annie insists she knows the truth, explaining her research about Selkies, that they can live on land for 7 years, must shed tears, and may find love with a human. As Annie leaves, Ondine kisses her, and Annie notices a tear on her cheek, believing it's proof of her Selkie nature. Meanwhile, Syracuse tries to research Selkies himself, but finds Annie has already taken the books. He later invites Ondine fishing again, and she agrees on the condition that only he is allowed to see her. Syracuse keeps his promise to Ondine and takes her fishing, where she sings and helps him catch an unusually large amount of salmon, even though his method doesn't make sense. When a fisherman patrol investigates, they discover Ondine hiding on the boat. They note her presence is unusual but not illegal, and eventually leave. Realizing she can no longer stay hidden, Ondine accepts being seen. Syracuse brings her into town, where her beauty draws attention and stares from everyone. He takes her shopping, while crowds gather outside. Meanwhile, he and Annie discuss how Undine was found near Seal Rock, reinforcing the belief she may truly be a Selkie. Annie reveals she can't swim, and Undine begins teaching her. During the lesson, Undine notices something in the water, dives in, and retrieves an object. Annie believes it is Undine's seal coat, and Undine agrees, suggesting they bury it so she can stay on land for 7 years. They bury it together, and Undine makes Annie promise to keep its location secret. Later, Annie, Undine, and Syracuse go out to sea, where Annie explains Selkie myths about living with humans, being claimed by a seal husband, and granting wishes. Undine denies being a Selkie, but Annie remains convinced. To test her, Annie jumps into the water, and Undine immediately rescues her, strengthening Annie's belief. Meanwhile, a mysterious, dark-haired man arrives in town searching for someone. After the incident, Annie's mother mentions this man to Syracuse. Back home, Undine asks Syracuse about his nickname, Circus, and he admits it comes from his past drinking and reckless behavior. Syracuse explains to Undine that he stopped drinking after finding his daughter Annie unconscious and her mother passed out, realizing he had to stay sober to care for her. His wife later kicked him out, and because he is a fisherman, he couldn't get custody of Annie. After sharing this, he and Undine become intimate. Later, Syracuse confesses at church, saying he is afraid because Undine gives him hope, but he fears it may lead to something good or something tragic. Outside, a dark-haired man questions him about the woman from the sea, but Syracuse refuses to answer. That night, Undine spots the man at the house and runs away. Meanwhile, Syracuse deals with Annie's situation at dialysis, but is forced to leave her with her mother. When he returns home, he finds the house destroyed and Undine missing. He eventually finds her hiding, and she claims the mysterious dark-haired man is her Selkie husband who has come to take her back. Syracuse and Undine talk about wishes, with Undine wishing Annie could be cured, and Syracuse wishing Undine would stay with him forever. Soon after, Annie's drunk mother crashes her car into another vehicle, driven by the dark-haired man, killing her boyfriend, Alex. At the hospital, it's discovered Alex is a tissue match, and his organs are used for Annie's successful transplant. Meanwhile, Undine becomes involved with the dark-haired man in something illegal. At Alex's funeral, Syracuse relapses into drinking after pressure from his ex-wife, who also tells him Annie should stay with him, but Undine must go. He becomes heavily intoxicated. Drunk and conflicted, Syracuse takes Undine to Seal Rock and abandons her, refusing her request to say goodbye to Annie and telling her they don't belong together. The next morning, he wakes up disoriented in a tree, where the priest comes to help him down. The priest tells Syracuse he struggles to accept happiness, explaining that misery is easy, but joy takes effort. Syracuse brings Annie home from the hospital, where Annie asks about Undine, and he says her Selkie husband took her away, though Annie believes she will return. Later, Syracuse recognizes Undine's song on TV and realizes it is real, leading him to find her at Seal Rock. He confronts her, and she finally reveals the truth. She is actually Joanna, a Romanian drug mule who escaped a trafficking operation led by Vladik, the dark-haired man. She explained she was forced to carry drugs and nearly drowned before Syracuse rescued her. Soon after, Vladik arrives at their home and threatens Syracuse and Annie, demanding the hidden drugs. Joanna takes him to where she buried them, but they are gone, revealed to have been moved by Annie, who hid what she believed was Undine's seal coat to stop her from being taken away. Joanna promises Annie she will stay if the location of the seal coat is revealed, and Annie admits she hid it in a lobster pot. When they retrieve it, Joanna tricks Vladik and his accomplices, causing them to fall into the water where they drown. Police later arrive and take Joanna into custody, while Syracuse and Annie go home. Syracuse then confesses at church that Joanna will be deported unless she becomes a national, which would require marriage. The priest realizes what is being planned. In the end, Annie helps Joanna dress as a bride. Syracuse prepares in a suit, and they head out by boat for the wedding as the town watches, where Syracuse kisses Joanna, confirming their union.